Mitoma, and a brilliant finish out of the top drawer.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social. This is the Oxford United match preview, and my name's Maz, and I'm joined by Jack and Ben. So, how is everyone? Way. First win of the season.
The season's back.
Let's go effing mental. Let's go effing mental.
It's not all doom and gloom. We won a game 6-0. We actually saw new players. Now the season's starting. It feels like now the season has started.
Now the season is gone. Jack, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. You know, we've won a game, so I'm not really going to have much to talk about, I think, which is always a problem. So I'll leave it to the professionals while I just, I'm happy. I'm satisfied.
No, Jack, you are the podcast. We need your
opinion. I know. That's what people call it, the Jack Albion podcast these days, don't they? And what was I going to say? Oh, no, I had a nice evening in Oxford. Had plenty of pints. Up to 158 pints for the season thus far in 22 games, which someone worked out in about
based on 4 games. I was like, Jesus.
No, and that was we've only played 3, so jot that one down as well. I think that works out to about 8.3 pints a game or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, good time.
Good average. Good innings, that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, boys. Well, listen, like we said, it was the first win of the season, which is fantastic. And it was a great performance, 6-0. Even a few people started messaging me going, you won 6-0 today? I was like, yeah, we did do that, actually. But let's put some perspective. I don't want to be the downer. It was Oxford United, sorry. And
would have been more than 6 if it was Oxford City.
Yeah. It was obviously... Oh, go on, Jack.
No, I was going to say shout out to my friend Joe, who's an Oxford City fan.
Oh, they actually got fans.
Something Oxford City related.
Yeah, they have. They've actually got a flag which says we have more flags and fans. Nice. I've been in an away end with him where there were 12 away fans. It was good fun.
Oh,
the 12th man.
Yeah, we were the 12 men.
Well done, Ben. Well done.
There you go.
Good work, everyone. But yes, so just want to put a bit of perspective. Obviously, Oxford United hadn't won in the Championship. The only win this season was in the Carabao Cup first round. So, let's just... I know a lot of people were very excited about yesterday, but no, it was a fantastic performance considering it was essentially our second string. Jack, let's start with that. The lineup, were you happy to see a lot of new people that we had? Pretty much a whole changed 11 it was yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was 11 changes, wasn't it? I was pretty happy. I was a bit confused about the formation, and I was throughout the whole first half, but that seems to be a running theme this season. I think sort of maybe Gomez sort of played as a striker. Maybe Harry Howe played as a bit of a striker. I don't know.
I thought we were going to play 3 at the back.
It was, but it seemed to almost be like a free, a 4 that transitions into a free when we had the ball. I don't know. It's quite interesting to see. I think there's players who I think maybe there were a couple that I think people would have liked to see who maybe is an indication that these players don't have a future at the club anymore. I'm thinking Buonanotte, which is a shame, but Simmer in my bimmer.
He's actually had a deal agreed, I believe, 3.5
Yeah, I read that online somewhere. So I guess that's the end of those two. But yeah, other than that, I was pretty happy with the team. Happy to see the Greek lads on the bench, and I'm sure we'll talk about them more. But I was pretty satisfied with the lineup.
Ben, were you happy to see the likes of Gruda getting a good run out, and of course the Greek lads, which we're going to get onto, coming off the bench?
I mean, this might sound stupid because I know we saw new faces during pre-season, but they were pretty much just defenders, right? As we had saw Coppola, De Kuiper towards the end against Wolfsburg, and obviously Buscaglia as well. But then seeing the attacking new options, that makes me feel like, okay, we are in a better place. It does, I know it's weird to say, but it does feel like the season has now started and that we've got these options. Imagine if they were ready at the beginning of the season. It's a shame that they weren't. Tommy Watson coming off the bench or Simas coming off the bench, if they're fully fit, that would have made a huge difference against Fulham and definitely against Everton. Imagine those two against that defence, because we were having such good chances against Everton. You feel like maybe they would have put some of them away if we did have them then. But it's all ifs. But now we've seen them. Now we've seen the new guys, and it feels like, oh, we have made new signings, or maybe they actually are ready. Because Simas' instant impact has been incredible. Yes, against Oxford United, but he still looks like he knows where the goal is, which is brilliant. The 2 finishes were so good, and yeah, he might not get that kind of time in the Premier League, but the way he's finishing looked like he just looks like a natural ball finisher. So it's exciting to see that, because we are in dying need of that up front at the moment. So, I mean, I put a silly question out, but it was only kind of to get some engagement and see what people were thinking. I thought, Simas, should he start against City? Obviously, if he's fully fit, I say yes, but maybe he's not. He's obviously not going to be completely ready. But yeah, I've been blown away by his start and very, very relieved. It feels like a weight has been lifted off every Brighton fan's shoulders, because there was a lot of worry going into this season around them. And especially from me, I've been saying about, we've spent upwards of 50 million on these 2 Greek lads that we know nothing about. But now one of them has pretty much proved that maybe we do need to, we do this when we doubt the club. Maybe the club knew that these guys were the real deal. And so far, I think they could be.
Well, interesting you mentioned about, Simas. I just want to quickly read out a quote from Herzl after the game, and Jack, I'll get you to react to it. So he said, there are different demands in a Premier League game than the game today. Simas, came into the game where it was already 3-0, so it's not the intensity you can expect in a Premier League game. For sure, he's closer with the step today, but I'm not sure if he might be an option for the weekend. We have to see how he reacts. So yeah, Jack, what are your thoughts on his comments after the game last night?
Well, that's definitely not what we want to hear as fans, but it can all be a bit of a ruse, couldn't it? To keep City off guard. Look, I think, yeah, I don't know. He does have a point. Oxford are one of the poorer Championship teams. They've been poor so far this season, and even then it was like their B side. It wasn't really their first 11. But then at the same time, I think he's shown an opportunity. He's been given opportunity. He scored 2. After the weekend where I think finishing with our problem. Look, I'm not saying start him. I think that'd be crazy. I think to chuck him in for the deep end from the start against City would be poor, but would be difficult for him to deal with. But there's no reason he can't sit on the bench. And let's say, see how the game goes, see how the intensity of it goes. Maybe he doesn't come on if we're winning going into a bit. But if we're looking for a goal late on, or we're looking for a bit of energy from the front line, I see no reason why he can't come on and make a difference in that way. So, yeah, I would like to see him involved at the weekend. So they're a little bit odd to hear that from Fabian Herzler. But Fabian Herzler does have a real way of like, I remember when we lost to Forest, he said, I would play this formation again, and then he never did. So yeah. I don't know whether he's just lying. So, yeah.
Just for the crack.
I mean, that could just be, just for the sheer love of the game. So then, yeah, for me, I'd be very disappointed if he isn't at least in the squad at the weekend.
Yeah,
I think we have.
I think it's exactly how I feel. If he's not on the bench, I'll be really surprised. And Ben, you looked really shocked when I read out that statement as well. I would like to get your thoughts on it. I'm assuming we'll all be shocked if he's not on the bench at least. I think that's where we'd be really shocked. I don't expect him to start. I don't think I want him to start in that kind of calibre of game. But yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
No, obviously, I wouldn't expect him to start. I mean, my ideal situation would be maybe Welbeck plays for 70 minutes or so, seeing where the game is, and you bring him on for 20 or even 15 minutes. I feel like he's got that a lot of pace, which really surprised me, which can obviously cause a lot of defensive problems later in the games. It's worrying, yeah, because if Rutter's back, fine, and we've got Rutter and Welbeck, but when Welbeck's looking knackered after a while, which he did against Everton, who do we bring on? Oh, I mean, I think Jack, you mentioned we played like almost 2 false nines against Oxford, but can't see us suddenly changing to that against City. So are we going to put Harry Howell up front, which, he was decent. I couldn't figure out if it was Gomez and Gruda as false nines or if it was Howell and Gomez as false nines against Oxford, which is a weird one. But yeah, we don't have any options on the bench then as a striker if he's not going to be involved in the squad. So that's just very concerning. I mean, if he's looking that good, yes, against a poor Oxford side, why would you not just have him on the bench? If you can play those minutes against Oxford, why can't you play 10 minutes against Man City? What's the difference? What is the difference?
Yeah, probably quite a lot. but I get your point.
No, minutes-wise, yeah. Quality-wise, of course, but minutes-wise, yeah. What's the difference?
I think the intensity is, hugely different to Man City and Oxford United, respectfully. But I do get your point. Yeah, look, if he's able to play 20 minutes against Oxford, why can't he play 5-10 minutes against Man City? I completely get that. But I agree with Jack though. I think it's all a bit brew. Like he's just going to be like, surprise, he's on the bench, because I think it'd be crazy not to have him on the bench. If you've got no attackers fit, then to not have him as an option is just insanity to me personally.
If it is a surprise though, like Pep Guardiola's not going to be going, oh no, God, they've really got us with that one, are they? Simas is on the bench. Like, if that is what he's
it's a weird gotcha.
That's the bit. Like, Pep's going to be like, who's that? I've never heard of this fella in my life. Nor have we, Pep, by the way.
No, I agree. It would be a very strange thing to sort of lie about, I suppose. But we'll see. I'm sure it will be revealed.
I remember famously, Sir Alex Ferguson said that Rooney was injured for a match against Chelsea. So I think it's probably similar levels to that, and then Rooney suddenly played.
Rooney, Simas, fear
Same
into
caliber.
the opponents. Yes. But no, let's put some respect on his name. He had a great debut. Respect to him. Jack, you were right. He's got a bit of pace about him. I'm not gonna lie. From his first touch, I thought he looked really robotic and a bit janky. But then, as the more that he got into the game, he did look a bit more fluid, and he actually had
Looks like a predator.
Good pace, in
the best possible way as a
the
footballer.
better descriptive word, but
No, it's a predator. That's what you want in a striker.
No, true, Fox in the box. He did look really good. So, I was very impressed with him. And you have to take those chances really well. So, no matter who you're playing, you've got to take those chances. Jack, I want to talk about the goalkeeping situation because, obviously, still, and again, actually, defensively, we didn't actually look that solid. Again, we talk about letting Oxford United create. They had a good, 5-6 chances? I think still maybe.
They had 11 shots on target.
One of them came in the first 10 seconds. That game could have been so different. It's insane. If it wasn't for Steele. So, I've seen a few murmurs online. And again, I'm not part of this team. But some people are saying, let's drop Verbruggen for Jason Steele. What are your thoughts on that, Jack?
Steele had an amazing game. I think I've genuinely never seen him have such a good game as a goalkeeper for us. Like, he was fantastic. Everything he blocked, made some fantastic saves at times. Some of them were like world-class saves. I think it's interesting. I think it's only a good thing for Bart Verbruggen if Jason Steele brings the levels up. And I think, if he can bring those levels up, he can, hopefully bring Bart's levels up. I think taking Bart out straight away maybe isn't the right thing to do. But if Bart can sort of see that performance and go, wow, that was really good, then he's going to have the opportunity to think, well, I've got to raise mine or I'm going to lose my place here. So I'm not quite calling for Steele to come in, but I think, I think it can only be a good thing if he sort of proves it in that way. And he did really, really well. And definitely, if Bart's form doesn't improve, we've got a capable deputy, but we've always known we've had a capable deputy. I don't think Steele has been like, he's so bad he can never play. So, it'll be interesting to sort of see how that affects Bart Verbruggen, but I'm not quite at the point where I'm saying drag him out of goal and put Steele in. I'm not saying that, but it was a great performance from him. I did quite enjoy the cheers of the chants of England's number one from the away end. I think Jason Steele not getting that England cap.
He should be knocking on the door.
He should have been getting an England cap at the end of that De Zerbi season because we had a terrible goalkeeping situation then. Other than Pickford being really good. And he should have got a cap, man. He should have got a cap, but he didn't. Jason Steele for England never quite came true, but maybe it can again. Maybe he can rise again from the Ashes.
At
the ripe old age of 35.
After last night, Jack, you never know. You never know.
Did he win? Did he win Man of the Match in a 6-0 win? Or was it just?
So. Yeah.
He was high. He was the highest rating in a lot of the player ratings. And I think you messaged in one of our group chats, Maz, being like, only Brighton could win 6-0 and their goalkeeper win Man of the Match. That was so good.
It's actually so typical, isn't it? How that can happen. Also, another player I want to talk about because big props to Jason Steele. But another player I want to talk about is Brighton Gruda, who was very, very good. And Harry Howell, which I'll get onto as well. But Brighton Gruda, I thought, was really, really good going forward. He looked untouchable at times. He sort of glided past defenders. And he just made it all look very easy, didn't he? But his decision-making, again, lacked a couple of times. I remember, obviously, in the first half when he had an open goal, which was pretty mental that he didn't score.
Just use your right foot,
Yeah, and then in the second half, he had a chance to slot in Charambolis, and he was very fuming that he didn't pass, and he skied it over the bar. So there was a couple of occasions where, his decision making was Charambolis. He played, didn't he?
Costulas.
Yeah, that's his first name.
Yeah, no. Is it?
Yeah.
I
You made me question myself.
Barbis is his nickname.
Babis. Is this Babis?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
We'll go.
Yeah.
Charambolis
Costulas.
Name,
Yeah. You had me doubting myself. I was like, what?
I was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, I thought it was Charalopoulos. Look, I'm going to call him Babis.
To be fair, we'll call him Barbis for argument's
I think we deserve a medal, Maz, or at least you, for we've just taught Jack a Brighton player's name. We've just
that's not his name, is it?
Fake fan, mate. Fake fan. Didn't even know his name. Disgusting.
It's Charambolis or something like that.
No.
One of
Anyway,
our second most expensive transfers. Jack doesn't even know his name.
No, I do. It's Costulas.
That's outrageous. You've been drinking too much, mate. Christ.
All those pubs you've been going to. You ain't got a clue. Right. We digress. But yes, he had a few chances. Decision making for me personally, it's something that he needs to maybe improve on. But aside from that, he looked very, very good. So who wants to talk about Brighton Gruda? Who wants to kick us off?
I'll talk about Brighton Gruda.
Oh, go on then,
No, I thought he was fantastic. I think I've been calling for him to start, actually. I think what he offers, we don't really have in that sort of number 10 role at the moment. I think Georgie's fantastic, and I do think Georgie should play there. But if Georgie's preferred up front, then I think Gruda can fit in there. He drives forward. He gets the ball, head down, tries to make things happen, and I really like that. And I think that would be a really good opportunity for him to start and to sort of he did exactly what he should have done, which is, if you're not getting into the team, prove to the manager why you should be getting into the team. And I think there was kind of reports that he was very frustrated and straight down the tunnel on Sunday, and I'm sure he'll be disappointed. I think everyone was disappointed that he only really got about 6 or 7 minutes against Everton. So I think he did exactly what he should have done. He's got his head down. He's provided 2 or 3 assists. I think more than even I was expecting. So yeah, he did really well in that sense and sort of made a bit of a statement to Hersler, I think, and everybody loved watching him. And yeah, it's against out of form B team Oxford, but you've got to be able to score goals and something. The finish he made was really good finish when he sort of he got a lot more time than I imagined he probably would in the Premier League, but it's still a great emphatic finish. So that was really good to see, and yeah, I hope that sort of showed Fabian Hersler that he's definitely worth a start for me.
It makes me question, and it might be a bit harsh to say, but if you put Matt O'Reilly in that game where Gruda was, I don't think you would see the same level of performance, even if it is against Oxford United. And it's annoyed me even more that we've seen Matt O'Reilly play the first 2 games and not Gruda, when Gruda's, again, yes, we're going to have to keep saying, yes, it's against poor opposition, but Gruda would have created far more and done far better now, looking back, than Matt O'Reilly. I don't think many Brighton fans can argue that, surely.
I think,
and that's, sorry, I don't want to be harsh on Matt O'Reilly. I still think he's obviously a great player, and he would have had a good game against Oxford United. But I don't know, just Gruda was like, "This is my
Jack, before you jump in, someone put on the comments last time for the last game, was just saying, stop pussyfooting around Matt O'Reilly, saying he's just tell how it is that he's shit. I was like, no,
but he's not.
But if we got an opinion, we'll say it. If we think someone's crap, we will say it. But I don't think any of us think he's crap. We just think he can improve, and he can play at a better level than he is at the moment.
And we've got better options. That's always been my view with Matt O'Reilly. I don't think he's bad. I just think we have better options in that place. But this isn't about Matt O'Reilly. This is about Brighton.
No, but it kind of is, because we've been calling out. We're like, it is. Yeah, we're desperate for a better person in that number 10. Matt O'Reilly hasn't done it in the first 2 games. Yes, Everton was an occasion.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he scored a penalty against Fulham. Amazing. We would have loved to have seen him take the penalty against Everton, but he didn't. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously wiser to be. There's a saying about being wiser after the event. And yes, that's why I'm saying like Gruda would have done better, but it's kind of clear to see that he would have offered a lot more in those.
Maybe it's not Gruda would have done better, but Gruda definitely got to be worth more than 6 minutes, for example.
Yeah, 100%.
That is pussyfooting around it.
Yeah, that is. Thank you, Ben. But I do think what I really liked about Brighton Gruda is he was amazing at the end of last season. I remember the Liverpool game; he basically ran the show that day, admittedly against a half-pissed, Liverpool side, and he got a goal against got a goal against Wolves and got 2 assists against, although one of them was a assist, against West Ham for Belieber's Screamer. But, he was really starting to hit some form and really sort of proving his worth in that sense. And, it just seemed a shame to me that the momentum that he got out of that seems to have been just, dropped. And he kind of proved, look, that momentum's still with me coming out pre-season, and he's hungry for more. So, I'd like to see him given more of a chance against City. Definitely.
Yeah. Interesting talk about that, Jack, because I want to now know, who would you play, like what changes would you make now going into that City game? I suppose, actually, we're going to save that, We're going to save that for the preview, actually. So ignore what I just said. Let's talk about the defensive partnership, Buscagli and Coppola. Ben, let's start with you. What did you think of those two? Obviously, first time they played a competitive game together. We've seen a lot of them in pre-season, but what do you think of their performance?
I think they're both very, very good. I think Buscagli has probably looked like a cut above, and you can tell that he's a far more experienced defender, and that's obviously when it comes with his age and the level he's been playing at. He's a massive leader. Previously at PSV, was he captain? I'm pretty sure, or something like that. Maybe, yes. Jack's nodding, so I'm going to say yes. I'm confident enough to say yes. He was captain, and so it's great to have another leader at the back there. Coppola looked good. There's a couple of times where he made a few, maybe you could say, inexperienced decisions. There's one where he just flicked the ball thinking he was clearing it and almost put it back into Oxford's play, and they were on the attack. It reminded me of when Ben White done it against Palace and they scored in the last minute at the Amex, but I know we don't want to think of that, but it was similar to that. It was going out and he hoofed the ball behind him for some reason. But I was very impressed with both of them. Yeah, particularly Buscagli. Obviously got his goal, took a deflection, but they all count. So I was very happy for him there. Gives me even more confidence that when Dunk maybe does come out of the team, that partnership with Van Heck and Buscagli, I'd love to see that. I'm very excited to see how that plays out eventually, because I can't imagine Dunk's going to be starting centre back for the rest of the season. And it's just very, again, good to know that we've got another leader in Buscagli to come in and play in that team, because we know the leader that Van Heck is. And if you're missing Dunk's leadership, then it's kind of a like replacement there.
Well, it's funny you say that, Ben, because Johnny Cantor, obviously he's very big in sort of the Brighton scene.
Big Johnny.
He actually tweeted saying Olivier Buscagli appears to be a natural leader, communicating on the pitch very well. So he backs up your point about Buscagli being a leader, and I agree with you. I think it's great to have.
Ben made a good take.
Well, you probably saw his tweet. Probably that's where he got it from.
Got it in front of me on the phone here.
I feel like this whole series is just going to be for Ben, just one kind of permanent dig at Marshall for putting him in has quite a lot of bad
takes.
That
guy.
Yeah. It's definitely not affected him, has it?
Yeah.
It's amazing that I even made that list, because I get actually a word in with Jack just talking the whole podcast anyway.
So, Marshall, thank you for that, because you've really, really got into Ben's head.
It's almost worse for me, because when I do make my one take per episode, it's obviously that bad enough for him to put me in the bad take.
Yeah, and I also, well, just for clarification for people that don't know what the hell we're talking about, there was a poll. Well, no, there was a tier list on Twitter that a guy called Marshall made. And Jack was in God tier, which is, I'll give him that, just about. I was actually in, I think I was chill. I don't know what that means, but I was chill. So basically in the middle. And then Ben was in the category of bad takes. Which
I don't get, because we always agreeing across the board anyway. I don't understand how it came from. But the tweet, you wouldn't have seen it. The tweet probably got one or two. The tweet would have got 1 or 2 likes. You wouldn't have seen it.
It actually got over 200 likes, which is quite even funnier, really. Yeah. Big shout out to Marshall for tier list, putting us in the tier list.
And cheers for quote tweeting it as well. Great.
Oh, no worries. It was brilliant. Great banter. But yes, we digress again.
Let's get him on the pod actually and see his fucking take, shall we?
This is a public.
Come on in, Marshall. Comment below. Let us know if you want to come on. We'll fucking go bar for bar. I will end you.
Well, good to see that hasn't affected Ben in any way whatsoever.
No.
But back on Olivia Buscagli.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll move it
along
along before. Yeah. I agree with Ben. I think that was a good take from Ben there.
Cooling down now.
Yeah, it's. I think that was a good take from Ben. That I did think his leadership was really good. I went with my mate Aaron, who is a centre back who plays, and he was going, "Oh, you can see these little things you can only see if you're a footballer." Not quite sure what that means, but that was because he plays centre back for Mile Oak. So no disrespect.
I was going to say, what level does he play?
They
no disrespect to Milo, but
they win a trophy every week, it seems, on his Instagram story.
Yeah,
so
no, that's BN Dons, I think.
Oh, that's BN Dons.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
BN
win-
Dons.
they-
Shout out. I know someone who plays with BN Dons as well. Big shout out to them. They're very good. They always seem to win something.
I think they just made, they're like, what's it? Tottenham putting the Ipswich Charity Cup in their trophy cabinet.
So the Audi Cup.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I think Buscaglia looked really good as a leader. I think he, do you know what? I think we don't appreciate. He's the Champions League captain centre-back. Like, it's mad that that's our second choice option there. And I think as the season goes on, he'll get more opportunity. I don't really think Dunk and Van Hecker have been poor as a part of our defence so far this season. So I don't see a reason to drop them, but he's definitely hot on their toes and I could see him coming in at some point. I think, unfortunately for Lewis Dunk, it does seem that as age catches up with him a little bit, there may be an injury at some point and he looks like a perfectly capable backup. And moving on to Coppola, I thought Coppola did really well in the circumstances. I think
he had a couple of good moments, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a couple of good moments. I think he looked a little bit shaky at times. I think there were a couple of times where he's sort of maybe pushed up.
I was going to say that.
More than he should have. I think there were a couple of times where he just needed to be a bit stronger.
And it went over his head. Do you remember when it went over his head?
Yeah, it went over his head. So I think maybe
So
that's
Sunday
just
league.
like an opportunity for him to get used to the league. And I think, he's a very young talent, comes straight from the Serie A. He's going to take a while to get used to it, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. And he kept a clean sheet in the end, so he can't really... and he's massive, isn't he? So he got a great little assist for
Huge
Gomez.
neck.
Yeah, he's got a huge
Speaking
neck.
of Sunday League, though, the most Sunday League moment from the game, though, was Igor trying to volley the ball or half volley it. That was fantastic, and he just completely missed it. Did anyone remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
class.
But yeah, I do think he did well on his debut, and he proves that he's a bit of a threat from set pieces because Gomez doesn't score from that corner without his sort of intervention with the flicking on the header.
And a delivery from Gruda, whose
Yeah.
deliveries were fantastic again. Another reason why he should have started the first two games.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
but
I think
hopefully-
that's a very valid point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think they're great. Having that squad depth is huge, and I know there's been talks again. Igor looking like he's on his way out for I think roughly about 15-20 million, which is a great price by the way.
Take it.
But yeah, it looks like he's close to an exit. So we are going to heavily rely on Buscaglia and Coppola as sort of like they need to step in when they're needed essentially.
Just a word on Igor, though. I think he did a pretty good performance, actually, other than the half volley, which was interesting. But yeah,
And the hospital pass at the beginning.
Yeah, and the hospital, then the one hospital pass. But other than that, he did pretty well. And it's a player who I don't think has ever kicked up a fuss while he's played here. I think he's been a good servant for the club and sort of provided a good bit of depth over his time. So if somebody like, I think it's Real Sociedad, isn't it, that he's been linked with? I think if
I think
he's
so, yeah.
on his way to Real Sociedad, I wish him all the best. And it was a nice little
Como?
goodbye at the end there. Or it could be someone like that, and it's a nice little goodbye
If only we
to
had
him and a nice little way for him to leave.
yeah, Como. Yeah,
Whilst you're doing
it's
that,
Como.
I just want to quickly say also nice is having an actual right back playing as well. Veltman just showing how good a playing right back can be. And he's just always so direct with his passing, and just you realise you miss Veltman when he's not playing, and when he is playing, he kind of goes under the radar because he's doing those 7 out of 10s. But when
I said it, Ben. We
when he's
needed
out
him
the
for
team,
Everton.
I
said
know,
it.
and yeah, he was class, and just shows that we needed actual right back playing right back. Weirdly, isn't it? It just proves the fact.
This is
that
why.
hopefully
and
he'll be playing against City because it's so vital for us.
I'm going to keep it for the match preview. But yeah, all right. I think it's a good place to stop for the match review of Oxford United. Great
I just want
performance.
a quick one on.
Not yet.
All right. Well,
Oh,
Ben,
it's
you
got
go
like
and
Tommy
then-
Watson.
Tommy Watson,
Okay,
Harry Howe. I'll do Harry
Okay.
Howe. You do Tommy Watson if we're going to rush it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Harry Howe's fantastic. Really, really looks like he's just got bags of experience despite his really, really young age. Let's do Gruda's goal. I think Harry Howe makes that whole goal essentially. He drags the centre back away. Before he's even done that, he's pointing at Veltman, whoever delivered the ball. He's pointing like behind him, doing the Isak celebration, going, go there, because he knows he's dragged the defender away. Done one quick glance, drags him out. Gruda runs through and he scores. I think that's just incredible. Like, at his young age to be
the football intelligence from
the
him is
intelligence
really, really
at his young age is incredible.
and I think that's something.
He's
can't
got the
see
pedigree
him-
though, isn't he?
He's got the family history,
go.
and his dad's just become manager of Bognor Regis Town, so maybe we'll see a loan move. Who knows? But it's no. I think I've watched him enough for the under-21s. You can see the classes there. He's really, really good. He's got this sort of. He's so intelligent, considering what he's 17. He's so young for a player, and he sort of, he got 2 assists. He played a lovely ball through for Simas on both goals. So I think it's amazing that we've got a player of that talent available to us, and he's arguably fourth choice for the number 10 position, which is crazy, really, showing the depth we have there. So that was really pleasing to see. And I was going to say, Tommy Watson, a lovely finish. He didn't have too much to do because he didn't get as long as you'd expect, but it was a lovely curled ball into the top corner, and it kind of shows what he's capable of. And also, whatever this bloke's called, or whatever Matt's called him, Babis. It was good to see.
Babis.
It was good to see Babis get on the pitch. He also looked. I think what was good about all of the players that came on and all these players, they all looked hungry, and I think I complained about it in the Everton match review. The intensity just wasn't there at the Everton game. Whereas in this game, the intensity was so high. Everybody wanted it. Kostoulas wanted more. He came on.
How do you like it?
He was desperate for a goal. So that was really pleasing to see.
Even just one moment. I mean, he took on a few players and he looked pretty sharp. There's one moment the ball gets dragged into him. One little touch of the foot and it goes through the defender's leg and he's through on goal, but he got fouled. I was thinking that is you can tell there's quality in that sort of player to just quickly flick it through his legs and run through. All of them were so direct. I know you're saying that the intensity was great, but they're all so direct, and it's what you want to see in the Brighton shirt. Because like you said, it feels like it's been a bit slow recently, but every single new player that we saw looked hungry, looked direct, and looked like they want to.
And everybody who didn't the B team, as they say, Ferdy I thought looked really good before he was taken off, and other players. So I think
he
I
got
want to see more
cleared out as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I want to see more from all these players. It's great to see that they're.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick ranking of players and wingers and that sort of thing. Where does Ferdy rank in those wingers? Because he's clearly not going to be playing as a fullback at this time. Because I don't think he gets ahead of Kostoulas. I don't think he gets ahead of Watson. I don't think he gets ahead of Howell. From what I've seen with my eyes of Ferdy Kadioglu, I have not been that impressed. Tell me I'm wrong, but I just don't think I have been. Could be a bad take.
Yeah, bad take.
You just don't want the Turkish fans on your case.
Marshall, get him.
Yeah. I think
I get what you're saying, Ben, but go on, Jack.
No, I was going to say, I think Ferdy's strength, I think this season will be his ability to play all over the place. He's going to have the opportunity to sort of come on. I think he came on a left back against Everton. It's one of lots of different places he can play. So I'm not too worried. I think he'll be a nice little sort of penknife to have, where we can get him to sort of do anything we really want him to do. So I think he's going to go very underrated. And he kind of went underrated last night. He was part of a few attacks and almost scored, actually. Very unlucky not to score because of the heavy deflection. So I'm not. I think he just fits amongst the many things that we have in that area.
I just don't think he looks like a natural winger from what I've seen so far.
No.
At times when he would strike the ball, he looks like he snatches at it, and maybe that's because he's trying to impress. But I mean, he can prove me wrong. I'm sure he will, because there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, I personally don't see him as an out-and-out winger. I think he's for me, his ideal position, in my opinion, is a wing back. Get him in a back five. He's a wing back. He can do things going forward. He can do the defensive side of things. For me, his ideal position is left wing back or right wing back. If that's really.
I think that's where he kind of played last. That's where he kind of played a little bit last night. He ahead of Igor, who was sort of like a centre back / fullback. He's not going to be a fullback. He's going to be pushing on. So I think he can sort of fill in that role of almost like a defensive winger / wing back. And I think he'll be very important as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think in terms of attacking winger, no, but as an all rounder, if you want him to be defensive and able to go forward, I think that's his perfect position in my opinion. But yeah, we're interested to see how he develops. But guys, if everyone's happy now, we will wrap
Shout
this
out everyone
one
we
up.
haven't said. Hinchwood shout out, Milner shout out as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Milner. Milner did an unbelievable ball at one point. Sorry, just quickly.
Oh,
he did like
to Gruda.
to Gruda,
first
and it
half.
was just like
Yeah,
shit.
fantastic.
That was good. Yeah,
It was actually
And
really
Balaba's
good.
goal
Really
line
good.
clearance as well. That was very good.
yeah.
Balaba coming on as well. Actually, that was interesting because I thought he would have got rested if he. I know, Jack. You said it was a what's it called, a tactical decision rather than a fitness issue against Everton.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see that. Yeah, he did come on for the last half an hour or so. Maybe it was like a thing like, look, you need to, get better. Maybe I don't know. If it was a tactical
We
thing.
link with Kobe Mainoo, mate. So better pull your socks up, buddy.
Yeah, let's quickly talk about, really quickly, let's talk about Kobe Mainoo because, we have been apparently one of 3 clubs linked with him. Now, I'll be real, boys. I don't know if you boys watched Grimsby versus Man United last night, but he played in that game and he was shocking. Like, I genuinely thought he was space jammed. He was not good. So, I don't even know if I want him. And do we need him?
No,
That's a genuine question.
Eventually we will when we lose Balaba, but I feel like Jack's spoken about it quite a lot in recent times. It's about how we're the way we operate in transfer markets is we'll go for a player if they suddenly become available, we will get it. And I feel like Kobe might be that type of player that we could just randomly go, he's available. This is a great opportunity to go get him. Let's just drop 40 million or whatever it is on him, and we'll get 115 for Balaba in the summer. I feel like that could be the move, and that's why I'm thinking it could actually happen.
Just quickly though, before Jack, you step in, he has come out and said he needs real convincing to join us, and I'm assuming that's because of wages. That's because
Did he say that
he wants to play? According to the source I saw, again we don't know. This is all like transfer agent talk. But,
I think with
he
him
needs
as well, it's
convincing, essentially.
lack of Europe, and we do have lots of options there. Like we have a hell of a lot of options there. So if you're going to get guarantees, if he's going to go out on loan, he'll want to play. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I think if the opportunity comes up, he'd be a great partner alongside in a double pivot with Belieber, but we'll see, won't we? It's not a transfer where I'm going to be looking at it at the end of the window if it don't come off and go like, oh yeah, our squad's incomplete without him. But I think he's a fantastic player on his day, and I don't know how Maz was watching both the Oxford game and the Grimsby game at the same time, but that would have been quite.
I was dual screening.
Yeah. Oh
dual
well, there
screening.
You go. He's
There
got
you
the
go.
dual.
On what
wheel.
device?
A laptop
Yeah.
and a TV.
Yeah.
Nice save, buddy. Nice save.
Well, this isn't the gotcha you think it is. We
So,
live in 2025, boys. You can watch more than one game at once.
yeah, that's true. It's true. But you couldn't be concentrating on both, though, could you? But I just think Man United is shit.
They are shit, yeah.
So,
But
So,
Kobe Mainoo
that's
just
it.
hasn't been very impressive for me recently. So I wouldn't be too like if we're splashing 40 million on him, I'd be like, what's the point? But anyway,
No, I think he's a proper player. He plays in. Look at how good Cunha is and Mbeumo was when they're not in toxic Man United. We've been having this discussion with our colleagues recently, Maz, and
Yeah,
I
true.
got cooked for it. But every player that goes there is so toxic. When they leave, McTominay got a Ballon d'Or nominee. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Another good take, Marshall. Are you listening, buddy?
What great.
Ben,
what
you can't
great
do this.
note to end
Every
on.
time you say something, you can't just be like, good take. This isn't how this works. Let the public decide whether you are talking shizen or not. Right. Boys, thank you so much. What a great result. Fantastic 6-0 win. I think we
Barnsley
really needed
away in
it.
the next round.
Yes,
Well.
Barnsley away. Yes, well
Looking
remembered,
forward
Jack.
to a trip to
Caelan
Barnsley.
Vickers can't play us, but
Yeah, I got a very good friend who I write a football magazine with, who is a Barnsley fan. So I'm looking forward to seeing Caddy at Barnsley.
Cadioglu.
Kadioglu.
Yeah, that's his name.
If someone does score, they better do the Mario Kart celebration. That Bulldog.
Yeah. Last time I went there, Sam Baldock scored 2 and 1 with the Worldies. So I can't wait to
Bring
return
back
to
Sam
the,
Bulldog.
to the beautiful part of South Yorkshire, to the pit.
Barnsley. Can't
With
wait.
Billy Elliot and stuff like that. That's what happens in mining towns, isn't it?
Apparently, yeah. But no, that should be a great away day. Good draw for us, to be fair. I was quite happy with that. Like in terms of progressing, I think it's a competition we can win. So yeah, it was great that we did get that draw. It was quite favourable.
Every time the European teams, that was the most fixed thing anyway. But every time they were like getting drawn out, I was like, please no, please no, please no, please no. I just think that's bizarre that they do that anyway. It's all a bit dodgy.
Only thing I don't know what you boys think about this, but I don't know. I would have preferred a home tie. I don't know, just to keep things.
Yeah, because you can't be bothered to travel to Barnsley.
Yeah,
on Tuesday,
basically,
can you, mate?
Basically, yeah.
That's my bread and butter. That is my bread and butter.
Yeah,
I will
Jack's
be
already
there.
booked in the holiday.
I've already
TFL.
I've done a little pub crawl. I've got loads of
pubs
pubs to tick off. So
Yeah, true.
looking forward to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, well, enjoy, Jack, and hopefully we can win and progress to the next round. Because like I said, I think it's a very winnable competition. But yeah, guys, go on, Ben.
Jack, will we get a big allocation, do you reckon, for Barnsley? Because I'd love to go.
Well, their away end is 5k. So
Fantastic news.
and they've
See you
given
there, buddy.
Leeds 5k in the past. So we shall see. Whether we take 5k to Barnsley on a Tuesday night is another question altogether. But we shall see. I think we're a decent sized club now. We might be able to do it. Who knows?
I'd genuinely be up for going to that, but it's just whether I'm able to get one. Because
You're a freelancer, mate, or unemployed.
No,
to the,
I don't have enough. Basically, I've got a season ticket for home, obviously, but I don't have enough points to do some.
You'll have enough points to go to that one. You'll have enough points. Sorry, I need to not call Maz unemployed again.
Yeah, I did. Just clarify. I am freelance here. I'm not just a bum. Well, it depends. Depends who you ask. I could be a bum. Right, boys. Absolute pleasure as always. We are going to be doing a match preview for Man City, so make sure that's going to come out. So this will come out today, and we're going to get Man City coming out tomorrow to preview that game. But yeah, as per always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening to Apple or Spotify, please leave us a review. It is much appreciated. Much love, big thanks, and we'll see you for the Man City preview. Peace out.
Peace.